introduce myself to you guys, and I give you guys a brief perspective of what, on what this channel was going to be, and how I was going to, further move on with the channel, and how I was just, I was going to bring people on and all that. But you know what? I thought today, I'm like, the first episode, I feel, just be a conversation. Be something I can talk out loud to you guys. Again, I will state before I even get into anything that I'm not the wisest person. I'm not perfect. But I will say that, I've been through some things. And yeah, so I hope today's conversation goes well. There's not a topic for today, honestly. It will just be open and broad conversation. So things may jump, just be prepared for all those things to happen. So let's see. So today is, I believe, February. Oh no, today's March 1st actually. Jesus. Today is March 1st, 2026. I'm personally just coming back from Arizona. Just had an amazing time at the recent car show. Now I'm just heading home. So I was like, you know what? Heading home. I might as well just make a quick little video while I'm on the road. I'm safe, by the way, guys. Eyes are on the road. You guys are just gonna basically just hear me talk. So just get in this lane real quick. So today I was having a conversation within myself about grief. Now, what is grief exactly? I may not be able to give you the terminology definition of what it is, but I can most definitely give you the idea on what I believe it is. I believe grief comes through two patterns in life. Either the day you lose somebody in your life, or the day you're heartbroken in love. And there's many people out there in the world, going from adults, going from teenagers, that struggle with both of these things. You see, I tell people whenever I get the chance to, or whenever, the conversation is brought up, is that mental health is no joke. You see, when people look at me now, I was very blessed and very shocked to see on how many viewers I got and how many praises I got for doing something like this. And honestly, it made me emotional. It was an emotional conversation that I had with myself. Just seeing so much support on an idea that I felt would have been made fun of. So I just thank everyone who viewed it up, just took a look, took a quick listen to see what is Dom doing with his life now. What does this guy got going on? Like, what? But grief. Grief, I would say, in my opinion, would be the number one thing that can break a person down terribly. Loss. I've dealt with a lot of loss in my life. I'm not really a person who will go out and just tell everyone in the world of what has happened to me and all that just to make someone feel sorry for me, because that's something that I truly do not want. Because I don't want people to feel sorry for me, because we all deal with our own issues and we all deal with our own problems in life. But the thing is that I do believe that breaks somebody down slowly would be heartbreaking. In the first video I had introduced, myself, and I also explained a little bit that I'm dealing with that exact situation right now. I'm dealing with grief. I'm dealing with heartbreak at the moment. Being in a relationship for 1.5 years, I'll say, is by far an achievement, and it's by far the greatest time, that I personally ever had. But the thing is about grief and love is that when you combine the two things, it causes a trifecta of terrible things, honestly. And that is the truth. Because love gives you good, but then love could give you bad. And it's very hard to describe on feeling that you have in your chest is what almost everybody else has. And I believe that people feel that they're not being heard, they're not being seen, but it's like we all have gone through this. And I think a great level of advice that I can give to people is just always explore your hobbies. Explore something new about yourself. You see, when I'm going through what I'm going through, I never explored who I was. I mean, I played basketball. I hung out with my friends. I did a lot of dumb things. Those aren't hobbies. Those are the things that I'm comfortable and those are the things that I'm used to. And I will tell you, for the hobbies that I learned, and again, this is not for everyone. Not everybody wants to learn hobbies. Not everybody wants to, try new things, and it's okay. Because everyone is different and everyone's to themselves on how they want to deal with what they're going through. But as for me, I chose a different light of things. I chose to build a relationship with God. You see, building this relationship with God was not easy at all. I mean, I'm still learning as the day goes. I'm still learning as, the time passes, as, we get further and further into 2026. I'm learning as it goes. Because I'll tell you my story. So I was recently, like I said, again, for the third time, in a year and a half relationship. There was a lot of problems, there was a lot of things, a lot of disagreements, a lot of arguments. And she ended it. When she had ended it, I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know if I should feel that I don't care. I don't know if I should feel prideful about it. I didn't know how to feel. So in reality, yes. After she told me that, after everything settled down, I felt that the best option for myself was, okay, I need to get out of my house. I left my house. Went to San Bernardino, went to go have dinner. Thinking that maybe I'm gonna be relieved. Maybe my problems aren't as bad as people are gonna be like, oh, it's coming, bro. Just wait until it settles in. Oh, if I could ever listen to that advice when it happened, I would so take it in, because I'll tell you what happened. I get home from that night. I see that she took me off a lot of things. Quick. The pain was unbearable to even do the normal things I would love to do. I felt guilty. I felt regretful. I felt hurt. And I felt lost. And then to top it off, I even felt alone. Being in that time alone on my own, it was consistent, it was just consistency of just crying. But as I was crying, I was thinking to myself, there's only one person that can hear me. There's only one person I feel can solve my problem, and that would be the man upstairs. So I had a conversation. I sat up in my bed and I said, God, why? Why take the person that you knew I loved? Why? Where did I go wrong? I was praying to God, I didn't feel nothing. I didn't hear anything. I didn't feel a change in my heart. I didn't feel anything. But I continued to question God through that whole night. As I was continuing to question God, I started figuring out things on my own. I started figuring out my flaws and my mistakes. I started figuring out the things that I just didn't want to believe in. The things I didn't want to intake and find true about myself. So then I came back the next day. I woke up crying again. I woke up praying to God. But this time I changed my way. This time, instead of sitting up in my bed, I said, you know what? I'm going to get on my knees. And I'm going to pray at the foot of my bed. I talked to God. I talked to God. You see, the voice from God isn't heard. That's how it was for me. I didn't hear him. But then I started feeling things. You see, I prayed for conversation. I started getting conversation. I prayed for hopefully a time that I could see her again. I saw her. I prayed for a time where I could feel some type of love from her. I felt it from her. And these are the things that I experienced. These are the things that I have felt that I never thought I would feel before. But of course, there's always a consequence of feeling these ways. You see, God has a plan for me, and I felt that maybe I'm not letting Him. Maybe I'm not letting myself follow His plan. Maybe I just can't let it go. But maybe He wants me to let it go. So then after grief, after crying all those times, after talking to God, I started to feel things. Things started to feel different. Conversations started to feel much more deeper. Conversations just became more easier, more soothing, and even then much better. And it became such a religious thing for me that I just kept talking to God and talking to Jesus. And everything started to feel better. Still felt pain. As I talk to you guys, I want you to know that everything that I'm saying, it may not be relatable to anyone's situation now, but it's most definitely something that somebody has gone through. Because as a person that loves so much and has a big heart for others, taking the one thing that you felt truly loved you hurts really, really bad. To the point where you don't understand. It's so true that you don't understand what to do. I mean, unless you were prepared for it, unless you were prepared to wake up after a beautiful night that you had with that person and then them tell you that we're done. Because I wasn't prepared for anything like that. Now, don't get me wrong, I was warned. I was most definitely warned from her. I was doing everything in my power to keep trying to make things better. I kept doing whatever I can to try. But in life, it may not be enough. Why? Because you may run out of time. But as I was hearing all these messages, this is where I jump. But after hearing all these things, I would say, although it still hurt, I most definitely have made progress with the prayers and the forgiveness that I'm repenting to the Lord. And remind you, it's my experience. It's mine. Because not everyone believes in the man upstairs, and not a lot of people believe in the Holy Spirit. And you know what? I'm not going to judge you. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to show you that you may feel you're alone, but you're not. All these experiences have gone through somebody else. Somebody else today may have woken up to the bad news. Somebody else today is crying right now, praying to God right now, or if not, just talking to themselves, being friends with their friends and just hanging out with them to get their mindset correct. Because I tell you again, you are not alone. And as this conversation keeps going and grief keeps being talked about, these are one of the many things that men and women fight through. You see, men are very strong spirited people. No, humans, I mean, my bad. We are very strong and very, courageous when it comes to talking about our heart. But we're very quiet at times because we don't want to be portrayed as a weak man. And trust me, you don't want to be portrayed as a weak man because that's how we just genuinely feel. As for women, I'm not going to sit here and state that I know how women feel because I'm not one. I am not a strong woman. I'm not a woman that, I don't think as a woman. I think of as a man. But you see, I'm not here to think as like that. I'm not trying to think of, between two I'm not going to think that way. I want to think about what is genuine, what goes through, a regular human's mind. Because genuinely, it is a true fact that everyone goes through a different situation. Everybody feels things extremely different than others. So, brothers and sisters, I will tell you, do not believe that you are struggling by yourself, that you feel the way you do, because there's somebody, maybe not near you, maybe not even down the block, maybe not even in the city of yours, but even in the nearest state, somebody's going through what you're going through. Do not feel alone, and do not feel scared to open up, because it's some of the things that hurt the most that you just need to talk about, that you just need to express to someone. Because I'll tell you, I don't know where I would be if I never did my own prayer. I'll tell you, I don't know where I would be if I just never talked to someone. It will not hurt you to talk to somebody. It will not hurt to reach out and seek out for help. It will not hurt. Because honestly, I'd rather you seek out the help than don't. Because many people make the bad decision of not wanting to be here. And that's something that grief can do to you. And I just want you to know that that is never the way you should want to go out. Matter of fact, it should never even be a thought. Because you know why? Because at our young age, we feel love is so strong and so powerful to us. Because we feel like that's the only thing that we have that kept us up at night, that kept us going through the tough times that we were experiencing. We felt that love was definitely the only thing that mattered in life. And then when I tell you that it is not that what matters in life. You matter in life. You do. You are the person that God watches every single day. You are the co-author to your story. You may not be the ultimate author, but you still have control of who you are, of what you do, of what the things you say to people. So I want you to know that you are not battling this on your own. You are not. Just because the person next door, just because your friend who's the closest friend to you isn't asking about how you are, doesn't mean you're not alone. So as I end conversation today, there's something that I'm not going to command you to do it, it's up to you, but there's something I would love for you to do. For the friend you haven't talked to in a while, for the person that you felt you stepped on their toes, for the person you feel like you have not forgiven, for the person that you know it might be going through the worst type of pain. Text them. Call them. Express yourself and tell them that all the beautiful things about them. Be positive to those people. Be forgiving. Because forgiveness is the thing that is so hard for people to accept. Because they feel so prideful to the fact that why should I forgive a person that did this to me? Why should I forgive a person that said this to me? Why? Because at the end of the day, we as people, we as human beings, we will never be perfect. That person will never be perfect. You will never be perfect. So everybody, as today is Sunday, I hope everybody prayed up today. Hope everybody stays blessed to wherever they have to go. I hope everyone is safe to all destinations that they need to go to today. And I pray that all families are doing well, as we do know that in third world countries, people are struggling and people are going through. So as today, I pray that everyone will be safe today on their destinations wherever they go. And I pray that many people in life that are going through any type of struggle in their life, that I hope that the Lord blesses you with peace. It blesses you with new opportunity. It blesses you with new beginnings. So That's all for today, folks. Thank you for listening to Sit Down with Dom. This was just a conversation today. If you took a listen all the way to the end, I thank you very much, and I pray that everyone that didn't or did has a blessed day today. You guys have a good one. I'll catch you guys on the next time. Peace.